Hey guys, Cindy Williams here, the Wanderlust CEO. I have my friend and client Michelle from Shine Travel Company. Michelle, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. Thank you. How are you,
Well,
Cindy?
I'm so good, and I understand that congratulations are in order because you just graduated cruise on vacation.
Yes,
I'm
very
s-
exciting.
I'm so excited for you, and thank you for coming on the show today to share your story with everyone because I just love sharing these origin stories and see how far you come in this short amount of time that you're in the program. So let's just start with share with everybody where your business was before taking the Careers on Vacation program and where you are now.
Well, it was pretty much a figment of my imagination. There was nothing. It was just a dream.
And where are you now that you've been through the program through that first 12 weeks?
So my business is set up, and I've got an online presence. I have clients coming in. I,
That's
yes.
amazing. We have more confetti for that because leads before you even graduate is a phenomenal thing. It's a phenomenal feeling, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. So, I mean, it's just strange to feel like a business owner. I mean, this is like my business. So, I'm very excited and just looking forward to what's to come.
I love it. What do you feel like have been your biggest wins or celebrations since starting the program?
Well, definitely leads and
Mm.
making some sales because, when you invest into something for yourself, you definitely want to be successful at it. So, yeah, I have sold 5 figures so
Woo!
far. So,
Hang on. We have more
about that.
confetti. All of the things happening. I love
Yeah,
it. I love it. So earning while you were learning then.
definitely. Yes.
I
And
love that.
I mean, there's a steep learning curve, and the best way to sometimes is just to get thrown into the fire because you have no other choice but to
Yep,
to figure it
baptism by
out.
fire.
Yeah.
But it feel
Yeah.
but the it's different than like obviously right like going through like a college course or like a course where you do everything and then they're like okay now go out into the world and figure it out like isn't it better to kind of have that let me learn while I'm in here while I have people I can ask, and that's like that whole real world setting. I think there's a lot of value to that kind of that on the job training component that we have kind of plugged into the program. And when you made
Yeah.
those first few sales, obviously you're selling at 5 figures and beyond now, which is amazing. But when you had questions, what did you do? Did you have someone you could ask in the program? What was that process like for you?
Well, I mean, it's an amazing program, Cindy, and I'm not just saying this because you're interviewing me. It is definitely there's a steep learning curve, but I wasn't alone. Like anytime
Mm.
I had any questions, I can just add it to the Facebook page, and then we had our weekly calls either with you or with your other coaches, and it was wonderful to feel like somebody was holding my hand,
Mm.
and I'm just not floating out there in the internet and trying to figure it all out by myself. I mean, it really really is such a helpful program. And
Yeah.
yeah, so I mean, yeah, I can't sing your praises enough for what you have
Oh,
built
well, I
here.
love
It is
that. And
wonderful.
one of the reasons we have that in the program is because I know if you can get the confidence to book that first trip and then the second and the third and the fourth and the fifth and on and on and on, it does make a difference to go, oh, I already learned that last time and let me build on that and let me build on that. And so that's why we built it the way that we did. I've been educating the industry for almost 30 years now, and I figured out early on if I could just get someone to book that first trip, to do that first thing and to get through that process, then it's not so scary anymore, right? Then you're like, oh wait, I can do this. These are the steps that I do and do all of the things. So another
Yeah.
thing, Michelle, that we have in our program is we have mindset as a pillar in our program to really help you start thinking about yourself as a new entrepreneur, like you said, I can't believe I have my own business now. This is crazy. What did the mindset work do for you either in your business or in your life as you went through the program?
Well, um, because the program is so intense and there is so much to learn, and even though 12 weeks might sound like a lot of time, it kind of isn't. I mean, it goes by so fast, so fast. And so, initially I was so excited to get going and to learn all about the travel industry and how to become a travel advisor. But there's times when I'm just like, can I do this? All these, like my head talking to myself, I can't do it. I don't know if I'm good enough. I don't know if I can deal with this. And so every module has that mindset, which kind of like would bring me back to, yes, I can do this. Of course I can do this. And so it was very helpful, because with the overwhelm, it could get kind of sometimes a little discouraging because there was so much to do. And yet to have those affirmations and those weekly mindset is huge. I mean, it's like we are our worst enemy and our worst critic.
Oh, always, always. Yeah.
So it was so helpful. Yes. I think, I mean, I don't think you could get through it without with the mindset.
Yeah. And it's so funny you say that, because so many people are like, why does it take 12 weeks? I'm like, this is not an easy job. We have a lot to train you, you have a lot to absorb, because I always say, like, in our program, we're not just teaching you how to be a travel agent. We're teaching you how to set up an online business. Those are two different hats that you wear, right? So it's like training you all of that, integrating it, and allowing you to get to the place where you're selling and you're booking and you have your first client now, and all these questions that kind of pop up. It can be a lot, but if you keep your mindset in that right place and you follow the process and follow the roadmap and do the steps, which obviously you've done, it all comes together in that 10th, 11th week, right? And you need every minute in the program. You know this because we have every module time, like everything we put in has been by design. And, we've done this, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times now with new agents and new business and new travel brands, but kind of down to a science. But you're right. It's having that mindset in there really is a critical piece. Walk me back, Michelle, if you would, to the beginning of when you were just thinking about getting into the travel industry or just thinking about becoming a travel agent. What was that process like for you once you found Careers on Vacation? Was there anything you had to overcome or to make the decision to start working with us? What was that like for you personally?
So I would say it was probably back in April when I started to just kind of try to figure out, because I had a part-time job for a couple of years once the kids were all in school, and then COVID hit, and so I just couldn't do it. It was too much because everybody's home. So in April I started to think about what can I do from home that I would love to do. And so growing up in Spain and Italy, I just love travel and I love other cultures. And I thought about, well, this would be fantastic. So I started, as most people do, going onto YouTube to try to figure out how to become a travel advisor. And I saw this woman, Cyndi Williams, everywhere. And so,
it's me.
So I started watching your videos, and you were so real that I was like, this can't be real. Like, she just seems such a genuine person. She knows what she's talking about. And then I started watching the testimonials that you'd had, and I was sold. And so then that was probably maybe about a month later. And so then I was like, oh, I need to talk to my husband about this. And I thought it was going to be hard to convince him. And I told him about it. I told him that, I would love to sell travel. I'd love to do this. And he was like, well, why not? It sounds like a fantastic program. You should do it. So then June, I had my call with Karen, and then I started in July.
That's amazing. And I love YouTube because it's one of those things where you do get to know me, and you can attest to this because you watched me on YouTube and then you got to be in the mastermind call every week. That's why I love YouTube, because I'm like, this is who I am. If I resonate with you, great. If not, go find someone who's going to help you. I wish you well, no matter what. But it's kind of like you get what you get from a YouTube perspective. And I think that's a beautiful thing because of course I have a passion for travel, but more than a passion for travel, I have a passion to empower people through travel businesses to have that freedom. And I love what you said about COVID, because so many people had that awakening last year, either like, you know what, I like working from home, or maybe I want to be here for my kids when they come home from school, or can I do this thing? And we have so many nurses and healthcare and police officers. We have everybody background you could imagine inside this program, because they just said, I'm going to do, like you said, that what's that thing that I love? And is there something out there? So I love that you started with, what am I passionate about? Because that's what I really pride myself on. Not running a travel program, not, teaching people. I pride myself on inspiring people to follow their bliss into abundance. And so by the way of travel, but I love that you started in that place of like asking that question. If anyone's watching, like, what is that thing that lights your fire that you get excited about, that you would be excited about to do every single day? I love that. Yeah. So Michelle, what would you tell that person who's out there? Maybe they've been watching us since April, right? And it's October, November. Maybe they've been watching us 3 years, right? They're thinking the same thing you were, like, what's happening here? What they know they need us. They know they want to get into the industry, but they're kind of on the fence about it. What would you say to that person about Careers on Vacation now that you've been through the program?
First of all, you are a real person.
So real. Sometimes too real. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. It's a real program and it is fantastic. So if you really want to learn how to start your own travel business and you want to know everything you have to do to start it, then just do it. You're probably the only person keeping yourself back. So
ooh, they might need that mindset plug-in, right?
Yeah. But it's a fantastic program and you can get as much out of it. And there's a lot, and I'm still learning. Like, I still go back to the modules because I'm like, wait a minute, I know I saw this somewhere, and if I can't find it, then we have our graduate group, which is fantastic. Yeah. It's just nice to know that even when I'm done with the program, I still have somewhere to go if I have questions and need some help. So yeah, do it.
And that's a good point. A lot of people think, I'm going to take this program and then it goes away. Our membership site doesn't go away. So Michelle can access Mod 4. She can go back to Mod 7 and review sales. She can go back to marketing, Mods 4, 5, and 6. And also, Michelle can attest to this. We update our curriculum from year to year. So even my students who took the program 5, 6 years ago, they're now getting all of the new information on TikTok. TikTok wasn't a thing, right, 5, 6 years ago. So as we evolve the program as a Careers on Vacation alumni or grad, right, you get access to that for a lifetime of the program. So that is a beautiful piece. I'm glad that you brought that up for sure. But guys, if you're sitting out there and you were like Michelle was back in April and you're like, oh man, I have a dream in my heart to do this, just book a discovery call. It's a very easy process. She booked her call with Karen, right? One of our amazing success coaches. Karen's also a graduate of the program and has built her agency. So a lot of our coaches that are in our program are because they were once clients of Careers on Vacation and now have successful travel businesses. And they just believe so much in what we're doing that they help out in our coaching department. Anyway, it's just a discovery call because we really want to understand what your goals are. And if your goals are a match for what we do, then we will talk to you about how to apply for Careers on Vacation. And if not, we'll still give you some great advice and wish you well, whatever your journey is in the world. So I encourage you to do that. We'll put the link down below, or you can go to careersonvacation.com/ready now, or you can just go to careersonvacation.com and you can find the little apply now link and to book that discovery call. And we'd love to have a conversation with you. Michelle, was the discovery process weird in any way for you?
No, not at all. It was just, Karen was great. She just answered some of my questions, explained what the program is. And yeah, it was no pressure at all. Actually, I had to call her back because she was in Hawaii.
That's what we do. That's one of our values in our company is live the, showcase the travel lifestyle. So my team works from anywhere.
Yeah, and it was no pressure really. I emailed her and I was like, "Hey, I'm just talking to my husband, but I think it's gonna happen." So, so no pressure.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. So not, no car salesmanship here.
Yeah, and as Michelle can tell you, we're traditionally on wait lists. Michelle went through the program during our busy time. Our classes are full, so we do have a little bit of a wait list, usually going on to get into the program. So please apply early if you're thinking about this in the months to come. It's a good idea to have that conversation early so we can figure out where to put you on the schedule if you're ready to get started. But Michelle, thank you for sharing your amazing journey today. This has been so great. I know it's going to help so many people that were in a similar situation and wanting to do exactly what you've done, already selling 5 figures before graduation. I mean, stop. This is so exciting. This is just the beginning. Now that you've done it once, you can do it 1,000 times as you go out into the world. So kudos to you, my friend, and thank you for joining us on the show today.
Thank you, Cyndi. Take care.
You too. All right, we'll talk soon.
Bye.
It's calling me, like the rainbow, It's calling me, like the rainbow.
Hey guys, Cyndi Williams here. If you like that last video, make sure you check out all of the other content on our channel. And if you want to follow along and travel with me around the world and see how I run my amazing travel brands and get some great tips on how to grow your own, make sure you check out that other content. I'm going to drop a couple videos here. Click those links. I'll see you next time. Bye guys.